Hello there and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. Victims of the recent flood, which ravaged many communities across 12 local government areas of Jigawa State, have appealed to relevant authorities to come to their aid as they struggle to return to normal life. Awal Mohammed Kazauri, who visited Kiawa, one of the affected local government areas, reports that the flood, which destroyed many houses and thousands of hectares of farmlands, have forced the victims to take refuge in school buildings and IDP camps in different parts of the state.
People of Kiawa are among the more than 3,000 people displaced by the devastating flood across about 12 local government areas of Jigawa State. Muhammad Ibrahim and his family, who now live in IDP camp, said for the last 20 years they had been living in the area peacefully, but this time all their belongings had been lost to the flood. He and other victims have to bear the inconveniences attached to living in IDP camp, separated from their immediate families. State Emergency Management Agency has already responded to the plight of the victims, but it said that it's not enough, appealing to the federal government and other well-meaning Nigerians to support the victims.
When disaster comes, all hands must be on deck to support the government effort. It is pertinent that we should start soliciting for urgent humanitarian support to assist the internally displaced persons with either food or non-food items to be able to support the victims during the trying time.
Provision of food, drug and mosquito nets is essential to support Muhammad Ibrahim and his likes, who now live in IDP camps, to avoid any outbreak of diseases. In Duse, Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
Elsewhere, many houses and farmlands have been submerged by flood in Gumi local government area of Zamfara state, destroying lots of valuables. Hundreds of households are displaced by the disaster as the victims struggle to resettle. Jamilu Ibrahim reports.
The flood, which occurred as a result of a heavy downpour that lasted for more than 48 hours, submerged many houses and farmlands across Gumi town, headquarters of Gumi local government area of Zamfara state, and some neighboring communities. Though the exact number of houses and farmlands affected by the disaster is yet to be ascertained, many residents describe the flood as the most devastating in recent years. Hundreds of the displaced persons are now taking shelter in the least affected neighborhood and communities. The victims continue to count their losses as they appeal for urgent intervention to cushion the effect of the disaster. I have lost my house and all other valuables therein, including the foodstuffs, to the flood. We are appealing to the state and the federal governments to urgently come to our aid. Nobody can tell you the exact number of farmlands submerged by the flood. It has almost destroyed all the farmlands in this area. Some of the victims, especially women and children, had to be aided out of the submerged areas by good Samaritans, even as authorities confirmed the loss of a middle-aged woman to the flood. Meanwhile, Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has in a statement sympathized with the people of Gumi Emirate over the tragedy. He has also directed Zamfara State Emergency Management Agency to urgently assess the situation with a view to providing immediate support to the victims. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
Well, let's wait and see. And of course, we expect that to, of course, relief materials to come their way. Moving on, a Vietnam-bound businessman has been arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, after he tested positive to ingestion of cocaine. Salwal Khalil Ibrahim reports that during the week under review, 6.2 billion naira worth of codeine bottles were also recovered at Onne Port.
The 54-year-old suspect was intercepted at the boarding gate of the Abuja airport on Monday, 12th August, after 4 days under excretion observation. He ingested a total of 88 wraps of the illicit drug. He claimed that he was given the cocaine pellet to swallow by a friend for onward delivery to Vietnam for a fee of $2,000. In the same vein, NDLEA officers at the export shed of the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, have intercepted a shipment of loud weighing 800 grams concealed in noodles going to Congo. A follow-up operation at the Alaba International Market led to the arrest of the sender of the consignment, who deals in GSM handsets. Meanwhile, a large consignment of loud imported from Canada have been recovered by NDLEA operatives at the Lagos airport. A suspect who arrived with 6 boxes was arrested during a joint examination by the security agencies at the arrival hall. No less than 892,400 bottles of codeine-based syrup worth more than 6 billion naira were recovered in 5 containers shipped from India, while operatives in Niger State on Thursday, 15th August, arrested a suspect in Kontagora town with 28,500 pills of tramadol concealed in loudspeaker. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
The National Youth Service Corps has expelled 54 corps members allegedly mobilized by the University of Calabar for national service through illegal means. Director General NYSC, Brigadier General Joshua Ahmed, stated this while briefing newsmen in his office in Abuja. Olayinka Ojo reports.
For some time now, the NYSC has been faced with the challenge of some corps-producing institutions giving approval to unqualified graduates to participate in the mandatory one-year national call to service.
Remain vigilant and proactive in our approach.
But this time around, it is Vice Chancellor, University of Calabar, taking the bull by the horn, reporting suspected cases of illegal mobilization of unqualified graduates from the institution to the NYSC.
So all this lies on the integrity of the institutions and the Vice Chancellor's concern. You understand? That's why I said we must all give applause to the Vice Chancellor of University of Calabar.
While noting that the affected corps members will be prosecuted, the NYSC Director General says 19 other individuals who attempted to register online for mobilization were prevented from doing so.
We have blocked them in our system. Their names will be published as well, so that everybody will see them. There are 19 of them. So we have 54 serving corps members in various states. These 54 we have communicated to all our state coordinators. They too, they have already been demobilized.
This is coming after the NYSC invalidated 101 certificates of national service earlier, bringing the total number of affected certificates to 178. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
A founding member of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Oita Okuku, has advised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to beware of governors and special interests before they set back his 2 progressives milestones. Okuku indicates the 2 outstanding progressives milestones of Mr. President to be local government council financial autonomy achieved via a landmark judgment of the Supreme Court, an allocation of 450,000 barrels per day crude oil to local refineries and should not be scuttled. The former Director General of the Voice of Nigeria offered this advice on Sunday in Abuja while speaking with journalists on the state of the nation, where he also objected to a purported 3-month extension of the enforcement of the Supreme Court's judgment, saying the Court did not grant such a buzzer to the governors. Arguing further, Mr. Okuku said Mr. President could not risk contempt of court if he would risk contempt of court if he allows governors to go ahead, putting him in risk, denying the citizenry the opportunity of availability and reduction of fuel pump price, debt burden, and envisaged employment and stabilization of the naira, among other anticipated progressive gains from crude oil allocation to local refineries. Osita Okechukwu reminds the president that the Supreme Court's judgment did not award such a buzzer to governors, just as expressed fears about the extension of what it dubs an illegality, saying APC's jubilation over its rising approval rating has been cut short. A one-time oldest presidential aspirant, Adeyemi Joseph has lent a voice to commend President Bola Tinubu on his efforts at meeting the demands of Nigerians. Speaking through a daughter, Nonye Ezeanyeche, she says it's only through strategic dialogue and understanding that peace can be achieved, urging governments to create an all-inclusive policies and programs that will give every Nigerian a sense of belonging. The 105-year-old veteran politician and activist also advocates more attention towards the care and protection of senior citizens in the country.
Engineer said to all of us, let's work with our president to fast-track the process of real change. So said that the government should create a system or monitoring group that will see that all the government programs and projects to reach the grassroots order. And she uses this opportunity as well to marshal out her own personal opinion and support for one of our daughters running for president in the United States. Endorsement of Kamala Harris for the President of America 2025.
We now cross over to our Lagos Network Center, and Adeola is a regular company with me on Sunday.
Thank you, Olajide. It's good to see you. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated the Mushin-Onikpanu Overpass Bridge as part of his administration's commitment to enhance public transportation system in the state. S.A. Owamaka reports that the bridge is the last of the 5 overpasses built along the Red Line rail corridor.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, accompanied by members of the State Executive Council, inaugurated the Mushin-Onikpanu flyover bridge, whose construction was supervised by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA. According to the governor, the opening of the Mushin-Onikpanu flyover bridge is expected to relieve motorists and commuters connecting Agege Motor Road from Onikpanu and to reduce traffic congestion and delays associated with the railway level crossing at Ogumokun axis.
We're keeping all our promises. We're ensuring that the greater Lagos we promise you is alive. You can see it. The benefit is to our citizens. This is not a toll bridge. This is not a bridge in which you need to pay anything. This is public goods being actioned by the government. This is public fund being put together by the government, and it enhance and improve the total quality of life for our citizens. The station is there, the bridge is here, and the citizens are happy.
Meanwhile, the managing director of LAMATA, Abimbola Akinajo, disclosed that the state government had fully compensated owners of the buildings in the course of the project.
I really don't think today is a day for speeches. It is just a day for us to acknowledge the work that has been done by the state, to also acknowledge those who have partnered with us, the community, because we couldn't have done this without the support of the community, and we thank you.
Before now, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration had opened 4 other bridges in Yaba, Oyingbo, Ikeja, and Agege to create new connectivities along the Lagos-Rome Mass Transit Red Line. In Lagos, S.A. Owamaka, NTA News.
And still staying with the governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, he has unveiled the Lagos Revenue Portal, a platform designed to simplify and streamline all revenue payments for residents of the state. Again, S.A. Owamaka reports that the portal will aggregate all Lagos State bills and payments across ministries, departments, and agencies.
The unveiling of the Lagos Revenue Portal LRP by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu marks a significant milestone in the government's collective effort in transforming Lagos State into a 21st century economy. According to the governor, the Revenue Portal, which is a one-stop shop for all taxpayers in the state, will make payment processes less cumbersome for users, thereby promoting accountability and transparency in the revenue collection sector.
Through it, therefore, governance and development can be met. We can fund critical infrastructure, we can make funding available for essential services, and we can improve the quality of life of every Lagosian. Achieving this, however, requires a system that is not only robust, but a system that is also transparent and user-friendly.
The chairman, Lagos Inland Revenue Service, LIRS, implored Lagos residents to utilize the platform in the best possible ways so as to ensure the success of the platform and strengthen the revenue base of the state.
I look forward to working together to make Lagos Revenue Portal successful and a reference point across Nigeria and, of course, Africa.
This innovation marks a new chapter in this administration's ongoing efforts to enhance transparency, efficiency, and convenience in our revenue collection processes.
The Lagos Revenue Portal LRP is available on secure web and mobile application channels in Lagos, the Owamaka, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Lagos. The news will continue after this break with Jenny in our Port Harcourt Network Center. Please stay with us.
Good evening and welcome to Port Harcourt. As part of a select process to the ongoing Ogoni land cleanup project, the Federal House of Representatives ad hoc committee on host communities is appealing to Ogoni people to protect high-prep projects to ensure sustainability. This was at an interactive session with Ogoni stakeholders and traditional rulers. Robinson Darataide has the details.
This is the second day of the House of Representatives ad hoc committee on host communities oversight visits to the various projects of the Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project, IPREP, in Ogoni River State. The Center of Excellence under construction, designed for environmental research and analysis to South Africa, and the large number of youths working at the various sites caught the attention of the committee, who bemoaned critics for saying that IPREP is a scam. However, sustainability of the projects, including the hospitals, water schemes, and power facilities, are of major concern to the committee. Members of the committee also planted mangroves for the mangrove restoration project.
And I can bet you, if what is telling me or telling the committee is exactly what will be, then this will be a hub for international research. And you will find out that this will automatically place this project on the international map.
It's also a center that has a faculty of vocational skill acquisition, where we'll be training the use of the Niger Delta and the use of Nigeria in different key areas. So it will provide a lot of livelihood opportunities for the people of Ogoni, for the people of the Niger Delta, for the people of Nigeria.
At an interactive section with stakeholders, the committee appealed to one of the traditional rulers to allow remediation at 5 sites in his land, with a promise to address other related issues. Stakeholders appealed to the federal government to avoid intermittent change of the project coordinators and release its counterpart funds to the project. From Ogoni, River State, Robinson Darateide, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has directed the State Civil Service Commission to ensure that no information and communications technology ICT staff in the State Civil Service is promoted henceforth without officially obtaining the certification of the Computer Professionals Registration Council of Nigeria, CPN. Governor Fubara gave the directive at a dinner organized for delegates at the 2024 International Conference of the Nigeria Computer Society in Government House, Port Harcourt. Osinachi Samuel reports.
The CPN is a legal entity saddled with the responsibility of controlling and supervising the computing profession in the country in collaboration with the Nigeria Computer Society. The governor said as part of efforts to eliminate quackery in the profession and promote accelerated utilization of technology in the workplace, his administration was taking measures to fast-track ICT literacy to boost effective and efficient service delivery in the state.
We've improved our IGR. We don't borrow to is a good project. And it's only to one thing, application of this your technology in the affair of our states. We have also promised the president and his team that they should do us a letter officially so we can mandate the River State Civil Service Commission to ensure that those ones that are working with us, that are in your profession, must be certified before they get further promotion.
The River State Commissioner for Education, Dr. Ovi Chinedum Chukuma, notes that the government's huge investment in the State ICT Center and other educational facilities for training of young people in technology-oriented fields would take River State to the next level of growth and sustainable development. President, Nigeria Computer Society, Muhammad Aliyu, lauded Governor Fubara for the support given to the society and for his commitment to the development of River State through the use of ICT. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
And that's it from here. Ayo is now back to you in Abuja.
Jenny in our Port Harcourt Network Center, appreciate you. Let's talk some military matters. Protecting the territorial integrity of Nigeria and promoting peaceful coexistence through responsible use of the social media platforms dominated discussions at the 35th Nigerian Army Social Media Seminar held in Minna, organized by the Department of Civil Military Affairs of the Nigerian Army. Correspondent Usaina Musa reports.
Growing concern on the implication of widespread of fake news and other controversial content on the social media platform has the potential to either undermine or strengthen collective efforts towards a peaceful and united Nigeria. This 35th edition of the Nigeria Army Social Media Seminar, with the theme Harnessing Social Media for National Security and Development, therefore seeks to inculcate in the youth responsible use of platforms while also keeping them abreast of the non-kinetic efforts of the Nigeria Army.
The seminar
for the Department of Civil Military Affairs, Nigeria Army, this engagement is expected to foster mutual trust and cooperation for a more secure, peaceful and harmonious society.
As patriotic citizens and stakeholders, we must use the power of the social media responsibly, so that we could, as our national anthem stated, build a nation where in brotherhood we shall stand.
As social media ambassador, your role is not just important, it is cardinal to the security of our sovereignty states. You are at the front line in countering misinformation.
Whatever you give as information about your nation is a direct representation of what people will perceive us to be outside this world.
The best use of hashtags, the best use of collaborations with people in the society is what is going to improve the security level in the society.
The event, which presents a vital opportunity for exchange of ideas, also underscores the criticality of social media for the promotion of national security. In Minna, Hussaina Musa, NTA News.
Groups are joining forces to address the challenges the elderly population in Nigeria, which is on the rise, are facing. Elizabeth Omorui reports that the disability community and the Anambra State's government are seeking the services of the National Senior Citizens Center to change the narratives around aging through implementable social programs.
Addressing the multi-sectoral challenges associated with aging is becoming easier as concerned actors in care of the elderly are partnering the National Senior Citizens Center to improve the overall well-being of this segment of society. The disability community in Nigeria is seeking support of the center to promote equal opportunities and build the capacities of older persons with disabilities. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Special Needs and Equal Opportunities harps on the need to strengthen advocacy on inclusivity.
By the time when we actualize this partnership, one, we're going to enhance inclusive program and services. Then two, we're going to improve capacity and expertise in disability support.
Also, Commissioner for Special Duties, Anambra State, reiterated the position of the state government to mainstream aging for proper care.
You can use the PPCP, which is the private public community partnership, to do this.
We are now training a workforce, training and certifying caregivers, different levels. We already developed the National Occupational Standards, working with NBTE for the first time. Aging is classified now as a skill.
The partnerships are to run on the National Policy on Aging for Older Persons. Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
Next stop on Nationwide is our Ibadan Network Center, and Kemi is our guide.
And welcome to Ibadan. More than 700 people have been trained in digital skills and competencies in software development and product design. The flag of ceremony of the internship program of Skill Up Digital Skills Training and Business Pitching was held in Ibadan and sponsored by the Federal Ministry of Education Innovation Grant Fund. Correspondent Rofia Animation Badmos has details.
The project's innovation, development, and effectiveness in the acquisition of skills, ideas, is to improve skills acquisition in Nigeria using a comprehensive approach and addressing key aspects of the development delivery system. The business pitch event is not just a presentation of ideas, it is a testament to the power of ingenuity, teamwork, and dedication.
We intend to reduce unemployment rates in Nigeria, especially youth unemployment. We intend to make young people to become more useful and contribute to digital economy.
The employability component requires us to seek job placement for at least half of our participants, which means we have to pair them with those who can employ them.
The 3-month intensive program encapsulates training, certification, mentorship, and internship, which will transform the educational, vocational, and social sphere of the country.
I've learned a lot of skills that has really opened my eyes that other persons with disability could benefit from.
Throughout the training has been so helpful and impactful.
The event featured business pitching competition where some participants presented innovative ideas, content launchpad, and flag off of Desktop Cohort 2 in Ibadan. Rofia Animation Badmos, NTA News.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC has recovered 55 kegs of 30 liters of premium motor spirit about to be smuggled through Kishi in Oyo State. Commandant NSCDC Oyo State Augustine Pardonu also paraded 4 suspects for trafficking persons, including minors, for prostitution in the state. Kehinde Omolosho tells us more.
The NSCDC, according to the commandant, is resolute in its fight against smuggling of petroleum products to the nation's borders so as to protect the nation's commonwealth.
This discovery highlights the ongoing challenges posed by the smuggling of petroleum product through the border town, which only undermine the economy but also pose risks for the public safety.
Augustine Pardonu says the Anti-Human Trafficking and Child Protection Unit of the command also boasts a sex worker syndicate in a hotel at Ibadan on August 6. The suspect, he says, specializes in bringing underage girls to the state capital for prostitution.
NSCDC remained committed to protecting vulnerable individuals, especially children, from exploitation and abuse.
Because I told my friend everything about me. Just say that, okay, don't worry, I'll help you. Let's travel. I asked my friend, travel to where? She said, let's travel, don't worry. My friend called me crazy.
The advice is for parents to always keep a watch on their children, especially the female ones. The suspects will be charged to court on completion of investigation. Kainde Omolosho, NTA News.
And that's it from Ibadan. More reports on Nationwide with Sadia in Sokoto. After the break, do stay.
For staying with us and glad to have you join us in Sokoto. Towards driving sustainable economic growth and development, Sokoto State Government has keyed into the Human Capital Development Council initiative of the federal government with the inauguration of the State Council. At the Council's inauguration, Sokoto State Deputy Governor Idris Muhammad Gobir, who doubles as the Council's chairman, asked members to work towards attainment of set objectives for the benefits of the state and nation. Lat Abdullahi has details.
Established in 2019 by the federal government, the Human Capital Development Council aims at prioritizing human capital development as a strategic imperative for the country's economic growth and sustainable development. It is to, among other things, integrate human capital development into national policies by promoting data-driven decision-making. That of Sokoto State was inaugurated this year under the chairmanship of Sokoto State Deputy Governor Idris Muhammad Gobir, involving 5 thematic series of budget and economic planning, health, education, youth, and labor sectors. While intimating the council members of their role, the Deputy Governor Gobir urged them to evolve ways that guarantee successful implementation of the policy in the state. Secretary to the Council and a Special Advisor to Sokoto State Governor on Economic Matters, Dr. Bashir Achida, sheds more light on the program.
We converge to ensure that human capital of the state is streamlined for development.
The Council is expected to hold monthly meetings to brainstorm ideas on how best the state could align with the federal government objectives so as to contribute to Nigeria's sustainable development. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
In line with the federal government's efforts to alleviate economic hardship for Nigerians, the Renewed Hope Initiative, in collaboration with the Office of the Wife of Kebbi State Governor, has launched the distribution of more than 2,000 bags of assorted rice to less privileged women in Kebbi State. Hassan Abubakar Kuku reports.
The beneficiaries drawn from the 21 local government areas of Kebbi State received food palliatives which include rice, spaghetti, macaroni and groundnut oil, among others. Representatives from local government areas, religious groups and persons with disabilities, among others, were present at the event. Haja Zainab Nasir Idris, wife of Kebbi State Governor, stressed government's commitment to better the lives of the people, calling on parents to ensure proper upbringing of their children. I am calling on the beneficiaries that are here to collaborate with other members that are absent. All other groups will also be giving their own as planned.
Let us also remember to pray for our leaders, seeking divine guidance and wisdom for them to continue serving our people with compassion and dedication.
People who get this kind of palliatives should have the heart to share, like Her Excellency has the heart to give.
It is nature of our people, when they are given something, they will sell it. But I don't think food which people are looking for, they won't sell it.
This initiative aims to alleviate the economic hardship on low-income households, bringing relief and gratitude from the beneficiaries to both the federal and state governments. While hundreds of families will benefit from this relief distribution, more gestures like these are needed in the state. Hassan Abubakar Koko, NTA News.
And those are the updates from here. It's now back to Ayodeji in Abuja.
Sadia in our Sokoto Network Center, thank you. Back here, let's tell you that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akum, has extolled the NKST, Universal Reformed Christian Church, for its goodness on evangelical mission anchored on love and human resources development over the years. This was at a service Thanksgiving organized by the church in his honor in recognition of his selflessness and dedication in serving the country over the years. Kenneth Nani reports.
Sunday services across the Christian denominations are usually lively, but something seems unique here at the NKST Universal Reformed Christian Church, Abuja. The worshippers seem to be in high spirits in anticipation of their guest arrival. Eventually, the moment arrives. This one welcome seems to have awakened nostalgic feelings in the SGF, and he has a duty to recognize as many that seek his attention. He knows virtually everyone here by name, not because they are his kinsmen and cronies, but his affection for the common man has proven him to be a grassroots personality. It is therefore not surprising that the church decided to illustrate the saying, "Give honor to whom honor is due." In this way, his contributions to the propagation of the gospel and growth of the society at large is being recognized. The love showered on him by the church speaks louder than voice. The SGF reciprocates. Speaking in vernacular, he eulogizes effort by the church in building schools and other social institutions for human resources development across the nation, as some of the beneficiaries of such gestures, he says, are already contributing meaningfully to the socio-economic development of the nation. This, he says, is in line with the message of the day taken from the book of Matthew 22, verse 36 through 40, which summarizes the commandment by Jesus Christ for man to love God and his neighbor. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akum, was accompanied by his wife and other dignitaries. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, accompanied by the Finance Minister, Wale Edun, have inaugurated an ultra-modern diagnostic center at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital, Bauchi. The project, according to the minister, is part of the Tinubu Renewed Hope agenda towards ensuring access to quality healthcare service delivery across the country. Awal Abdullahi reports.
The Ultramodern Oncology and Diagnostic Center project will include laboratory tests, endoscopic examination and surgery for full diagnostic services in partnership with the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority. The facility at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital is to complement other centers in the country in the area of providing effective and quality healthcare services, especially for treatment of cancer.
In just 1 year, Mr. President has done what has not been done in the history of this country in the health sector. He's launched many initiatives, and building on what MedServ has done, we are seeing 10 major infrastructural projects. The groundbreaking is happening. Not talk, but in 12 months we will start opening them all across Nigeria.
That is the way in which together, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the economy will grow, become more productive, create more jobs, and reduce poverty.
We are grateful to Mr. President for what he has done to Bauchi. We are ready to collaborate with you. We are ready to give all the support for all these programs to be done. Already we have surrendered our general hospital in Misau for the provision of the Federal Medical Center.
The ministers were earlier at the government house and the Bauchi Emir's palace, where the Emir of Bauchi, Rilwanu Suleiman Adamu, honored the minister, Professor Ali Pate, with the traditional title of First Minasaram Bauchi. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, calls on workers' union within the aviation sector who protested federal government's deduction of 50% of all internationally generated revenue of aviation agencies at source to remain calm and maintain industrial peace, while the government is working assiduously towards amicably resolving the matter. The minister in a statement said the ministry understands the significance of the issue and recognizes the vital role the aviation workforce plays in ensuring the safety, efficiency and smooth operation of the industry. He therefore assures the unions that the ministry is committed to addressing these challenges in a manner that ensures the continued viability and sustainability of the sector while maintaining the highest standards of service delivery. Keyamo wishes to assure the workers and the unions and other stakeholders that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is very concerned about improvement of the aviation sector and will give their demands due consideration with the aim of finding a lasting solution that balances the fiscal needs of the government and the operational requirements of the aviation agencies. In another development, the Nigerian Air Force has achieved a significant milestone with its pilots launching 10,000 flight hours on the A29 Super Tucano aircraft, designed and built for missions in Nigeria. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, during the celebration in Kainji, Niger State, said the comprehensive documentation of the activities of the aircraft will allow timely interventions of its operations before evolving into safety hazards. Correspondent Kabir Abdullahi reports.
Inducted in August 2021, the A29 Super Tucano fleet has involved in several decisive missions, flying in various operational theaters across the country. More than 8,500 hours flights on fleets were dedicated against terrorists, bandits, and other violent and non-state actors threatening national peace without mishap. A feat described by the Chief of Air Staff as remarkable.
This milestone represents the culmination of years of dedication, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to our mission of ensuring the integrity of the airspace by gaining and maintaining control of the air while retaining a credible capacity to fulfill other air power tasks as demanded by national security and defense imperatives.
While commending the resilient spirit of unit commander of the crew for embracing the dynamics in the security, the forum was also used to appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his unwavering support. In Busa, Kabir Abdullahi, NTA News.
The commandant of the Nigerian Defense Academy, Major General John Ochai, says in a couple of weeks, the NDA will boost in the manpower and, of course, the capacity of the armed forces as cadets of 71 regular corps and direct short service corps 28 conclude their military training exercises tagged Highland Battle Inoculation held in Kachia. Haruna Muhammad reports.
Firing of live ammunition in real-life simulation to counter obstacle with armored tanks providing fire support while maneuvering from concealed approach as enemy position come under superior firepower. Camp Highland Battle Inoculation exercise for Army cadets of 71 regular corps and direct short service corps 28 is a prerequisite for graduation from the Nigerian Defense Academy.
In a battlefield, you'll be hearing sounds of gunshots, you'll be hearing sounds of explosions, you'll be hearing sounds of your enemy firing at you, bullets whistling over your head, people falling beside you. That is the real deal. So this exercise brings them as close to reality as possible.
And I can assure the nation, particularly the armed forces, that this set of cadets are going to bring a lot of value into confronting the challenges that we are facing, particularly in the security area.
The soon-to-be commissioned cadets are one of the best sets and will in no small measure complement the nation's national security architecture.
Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
In sports, Nigeria Athletics Federation has listed athletes to participate in the Under-20 World Championship in Lima, Peru. Let's join Suleiman Musa for details.
We begin with football.
one of Nigeria's representatives at the 2024-2025 CAF Confederations Cup, El Kanemi Warriors left Italy to snatch a draw in their preliminary round first leg encounter with Zaji FC after trailing behind at halftime via Blaise Selassie's 30th minute opener. The Maiduguri side got the equalizer at the death courtesy of Ajiji Samuel. The game was decided at Remo Star Stadium, Ikene, Ogun State. Qualification for the next round will be played next Saturday in Cotonou. El Kanemi Warriors are featuring on the continent for the third time in their history, their first since the 1993 CAF Cup winners, where they lost 1-0 to El Ali in the semi-final. To handball, Nigeria put aside their previous defeat at the 10th International Handball Federation Women's Under-18 Handball World Championship ongoing in Zhongzhou, China, to earn a well-deserved 29-21 victory over Angola. The Ikochutu Agbola Tutors team had defeated Angola in the third place of the African Women's Under-18 Handball Championship in Monastery last year and continued in the same stride to extend their win over one of the best teams in Africa. To athletics, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has listed Paris 2024 Olympic 400-meter semi-finalist Ella Onojukwevu, long jump finalist Prestina Ochonogu, Commonwealth Youth Games 100-meter silver medalist Justina Onakpo-Beyan, and Israel Sunday for the World Under-20 Championships slated for Lima, Peru. It will be run from August 27 to 31st. The 18-man Nigeria team was released on Friday by World Athletics. It has 8 men and 10 women competing in 8 events: 100, 200, and 400 meters, 400-meter hurdles, 800 meter, the 4x100 and 4x400 relays, as well as 2 field events, the long jump and high jump. Nigeria's Idris Adesanya Sunday morning lost his middleweight fight against Ricos du Plessis of South Africa. The UFC middleweight champion solidified his belt with a 4th-round submission win over former champion Idris Adesanya at UFC 305, reversing a fight that was very much not going his way to notch his first title defense. And finally, Charlie Hall is 3 short of leader Lauren Coughlin on 9 under par going into the final round of the Women's Scottish Open at Dundulan Links. England Hall produced a 3rd round 69 that also kept her within 2 strokes of Coughlin fellow American Megan Khan, who collided with Australian Minjin Lee overnight. Hall's compatriot Georgia Hall holds a share of 14 on 2 under. With sport update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And that's nationwide. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm Ayo Deji Makinde. On behalf of the entire production crew, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.